Hey everybody, Sam Quinton with Sinopa Publishing right here in Frankfort, Kentucky on the final day of the Tibby Earn Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms Issue 2 campaign. As promised, I continue to push out promotion everywhere, but I wanted to shoot a little message out here on this update. We got about 5.5 hours, 6 hours or so to go before the campaign ends, and just let you know what I'm seeing. So, over the last couple of weeks, we've had an issue on my promotional side. We haven't been seeing really any views on our social media pages, which is really unusual. Normally, we'd get at least a couple of hundred. Now we're getting maybe a couple of dozen, if we're lucky. So I went in and actually did some paid promotions, and those got rejected by Facebook. Apparently, the images I used from the comic were a little too much for ads, so I should have foreseen that coming. And the same with our attempts to put out our YouTube ad. So our paid advertising scheme just basically blew up in my face. Um, I don't feel bad about confessing to that. Making mistakes is a big way about how we learn. So going forward, when I do paid ads, which this is gonna be my first real effort doing that since like, oh god, 2018. Um, I'll just know to do it a little different. Now that said, we did put out our two-pronged email campaign, and some of you who are seeing this today may have gotten those notices. So what we did was we put out a email burst through drive-through for people who had read issue 1. So that was, as you can imagine, quite a lot of folks who had gotten the digital. And then through our new Substack, which we put out on that, and went out to basically the list that we had cultivated. And I tried to make sure we removed the people who had already pledged to the campaign, but if you got that as well, my apologies, I might have missed a few people. It was a long email list. So we've got that out, and that should just be comprised of the people who had signed up on our email list at cons and those folks who had selected yes on our previous backer queries if people wanted to be on the email list. And though we never used it before, it built up pretty significantly. So everything should be nice and clean and above board there. Hopefully, we can find the miracle that we need to reach our final goal. We are $6,200 from goal with 6 hours left in the campaign. So these final few hours are a big push. Um, as you guys know, we had a lot of efforts put into this campaign to promote it, both through appearances, blog interviews, a lot of social media, live streams, and things like that. We just didn't get a lot of traffic on the page. But we did see huge contributions from so many of you, folks who were picking up higher end tiers on this to help bring us closer to goal. And for that, I can't thank you enough. And we did see folks utilizing the secret tiers that we put out to all of our subscribers on all of our social media. So I'm really happy that that got a lot of use. If you yourself didn't get a chance to get access to that, you would have seen it on any of our social media accounts. We will make sure that we're sending those out through all of the Substack material as well. The Sinopa Substack is not on paid subscriptions. I don't think we're anywhere near ready for that with the amount of things that are going on in comics and RPGs right now and in the current economy. Just don't think that's a good idea to try yet. We want to make sure that we're delivering maximum value for everyone. All right, now as I get to work counting down the hours and making my last appearances and trying to push this out into the world as far as possible, I want to thank all of you who have pledged already. We could never have created all of the wonderful things we've created so far without your assistance, and now bringing Tibby into the world is just going to be fantastic. If we don't get our last minute miracle and make goal, we will relaunch later this year. Now, I do have a scheduling commitment with a couple of our creators for titles Reign of Ages and Necroholic. So we'll probably see those out. And then we'll also be bringing out our first tabletop role-playing game book in several years with Sinopa Omnibus Volume 3. I'm going to be finishing up some editing work on that and some rewrites on some sections, and hopefully get that out to Kickstarter in the late summer. or early fall. And of course, work continues on my current light novel as well as our own homegrown RPG. So, a lot of stuff going on here. I hope that you're enjoying what we're putting out, and I just want to thank you all so very, very much for all you've done with this campaign. And as we keep struggling and keep pushing, I don't know, man. I'm gonna keep pushing for the miracle in these final hours. I just don't know when to quit, so I just don't. So, once again, thank you all. As always, if you have any comments, questions, criticisms, I'll get the word out, or concerns, please do comment below. And if you have a moment before the campaign ends, please do share it far and wide on social media. Let's see if we can find the other 300 backers we need to get to goal. All right. Thank you all, and I will be posting an update here again very soon, either if we successfully fund or a few days after that to let you know what the schedule is going to look like for our coming releases. All right. Until next time, bye.